everyone, Brian here. This is just a quick shot of what's going on in the resort garden. Right here I excavated some dirt for putting an AC condenser here, and with the extra dirt it went into this hugelbed here, and underneath are a bunch of tree cuttings. These guys didn't make it into the pile. And here, being held up, is hugelbed with some creeping fig webbing that I removed from the retaining wall a year ago and hoarded. So now it's a nice retaining device. Since I didn't have another piece, this is just a kind of a dam made out of more tree cuttings. And come this way, there's all the creeping fig that's on the retaining wall. Cleared it all out, and it grows back really quickly. But this is new growth here. You're not going to see any of those thick branches, stems, whatever they are. So, okay, let's go back over here. I've already planted some French heirloom beans in there, the Trompe de Farcy, and these kale plants here, they need a plant place. So I guess I'll plant them here. This is a red Russian. I have to come back and remember update the names here. And this is a curl, dwarf curl, blue curl kale. So these will get pretty big. I've already seen how big they've gotten at my brother's garden, and these were planted from seed. Okay, I'll get to planting and follow up with a short update. Hey, I've planted 3 kale plants, and I decided against planting the rest because, like I said earlier, they get pretty big, and gonna run out of space for them quickly once they get going. So those are the kale plants, and let's take a quick tour of what's happening in the resort garden here. Alright, back on this side are the oregano again, and the thyme. Over here I've used all the compacted dirt and just piled them up to retain the soil. Down here is this nasturtium, and he's oh look, pretty cool. He's got a flower bud here, and I've started to give it water to help it along because we're not getting any more rain. Back over here, the daikon have already bolted and they're flowering. They have really nice white with a gradient lavender color on them. And those this is another daikon, and it really bolted, and it's really starting to dry out compared to the other ones. Coming up here, these are togarashi, hemo. Starting to see a little bit of a flower bud there. Notice that it's a naturally bushing pepper, so it means you don't have to cut it to encourage lateral growth. So that's one. Here is the basil. I already took the top of it off just right now and enjoyed some basil. it was starting to bolt, and taking off the flower encourages lateral growth, while at the same time also expanding the growing time for the basil. Here's another Himo Togarashi. Let's see here. Cowpea, still trying to get bigger, I guess. Everything else here is also stunted. Maybe they were sown too early in the season. So here are the rest of the cowpeas. My white sage, I should have planted it into the ground, so now it's here to hopefully come back to life. In the back with the thorns is the Napole, or prickly pear cactus. That was grown from seed by my brother. It's been growing slowly here because we're getting cooler than normal temperatures. Up here is Greek oregano. I grew that in a pint-sized container and just planted it here. It will spread. I know it's a little bit root bound, but it'll do its thing. It'll take a little bit more time, but it'll do its thing. And then down here are some daylily. They're supposed to be a hybrid. So I'm still waiting for them to flower, but one of them is yellow. It's not the color that the package says it is, and that happens sometimes. I discovered that with the daylily that I have. It turns yellow, so really can't fault the plant provider if they send you a wrong color plant. Okay, over here the basil are still really small because up above is this giant olive tree that covers all the light that it needs. Snowy milkweed that's just not really happy. He's trying to decide if he wants to be happy, but I don't think he is. The full tea is growing and has reached all the way over here now because the base of the plant is over there by the pail of water that I have slowly dripping. Okay. Back down this way is a row of string beans. So I've gotten string beans to grow here in the past with shade. And the trick with them is water. They need a lot of water. Okay, that's pretty much it for today. That's the latest update. I made this hugelbed from stuff that was around the yard, the wood that is, and dirt that was collected from an HVAC installation project.